Well, hey friends, welcome to the Society Online Space. This is going to be an awesome opportunity to share a little bit of the behind the scenes, keep you up to date with all that's happening, and share a little bit of our heart with you and some content. But before we begin, I thought it would be great to kind of rewind the clock a little bit and kind of share the behind the scenes of why are we doing this? Why are we starting a brand new church? And about 13 years ago, I was sitting in a lounge room. I read the book of Romans, which talks about living your life as a living sacrifice. And I felt God invite me into this invitation of serving Him and His church. And fast forward the story, many years go by with the dream to one day start a church. And we felt God very clearly speak to us over the last few years that it was time to begin this journey, and specifically here in the beautiful Melbourne. And so last year we packed our bags from America, said goodbye to our community and life after living there for 8 years, and moved back to Australia with our two little boys to Melbourne. And what have we been doing? Well, we didn't want to just jump into Melbourne and start making a bunch of noise and have some grand plans, but we wanted to ask a lot of questions. And so we met with a lot of people and we asked questions of what are the needs, what are the heartache, and what is the pain of the city? What's the beauty and what's the brokenness? And out of that, we got a really good feel for the cry of the city. And I really feel like Melbourne is primed for God to move. God's doing amazing things already across a bunch of amazing churches, but really our heart in starting a new church is seeing a new community form together and go on an adventure together to see what God may do in these days, and ultimately to see lives change, to see families look different, and to see God move in a beautiful way. Since doing that, we have been gathering together a team, and this is a group of people who are crazy enough to be a part of starting this church. And it's been amazing to get to know these people, and really we are in this journey of forming this team. And so maybe you want to be a part of that, and we would love to connect with you. But as we've been doing that, opportunities have presented themselves to meet in different spaces across Melbourne as a church, and we have this heart to breathe life into older spaces and to see renewal take place. And so God has been so kind to us to open up spaces for us to gather. And so starting basically from this point forth, we're going to be gathering weekly and inviting people to be a part of this brand new community that's forming. But what will this community look like, and how will we gather? We felt like God, out of asking a lot of questions, speak to us really clearly around these core pillars for our church. And these core pillars would be 3 pillars, and they would essentially be the presence of God, discipleship, and the transformation of society. We're not just trying to start a social club because it's a nice thing to do, but no, we're trying to form a community of people together to see God's presence come, be a part of our every single day life, to live a life as disciples of Jesus, not just a church to attend on a Sunday, but be invited into a life as disciples of Jesus, to be with Him, to become like Him and act like Him. And lastly, to see the transformation of society, that we would see Melbourne look more like the kingdom of God, that we would meet the needs of the community and see God move. That no matter if you're a school teacher, a doctor, a stay-at-home mom, no matter the occupation that you are in and the space that God has invited you to occupy, you bring the kingdom of heaven where you are. And so we want to be a community that sends people to go and bring the kingdom of heaven wherever they are. And we are excited for the opportunity that God is presenting our way, that we want to be a church planting church, that there is many opportunities before us, but really our heart is to partner with God in the story that He's already writing. We're jumping in on what God is doing across this land, and we are excited for the days to come. So why would we do this? Man, there are 5.3 million people in this beautiful city. But there are a lot of people that don't know Jesus. There are a lot of people that are desperate for hope, for community, and to be a part of making a difference. And we're inviting people in to this journey to be a part of this story of what God is already writing across this beautiful city of Melbourne. So Society Church is on the way, and we want to invite you into it. No matter where you find yourself in the world, I want to encourage you to be a part of what God is doing in these days. Give God your yes, partner with Him, and I'm telling you, these are some exciting days. We are getting just started, friends. And so get ready for more content like this. This is just the first of many to come, and we are starting a brand new church here in Melbourne. I want to challenge you. Would you consider being a part of it? What would it look like for you to give God your yes and be a part of seeing a new community form here in Melbourne and see life change take place? So be blessed.